So, how do you know if your relationship is sacred? Here are some signs. Number 1, it brings out your best self. 2, it honors freedom. 3, it feels balanced. And 4, it has a spiritual dimension, the practice of sacredness in everyday life. So, how do we bring the sacredness of Tantra into our daily relationships? Well, we can bring it in practice daily through rituals of connection, the art of touch, eye gazing, and the practice of gratitude. Namaskar and hello. Welcome to Love Decoded, Season 1 of the podcast Inspired Living with Vishwas. I'm Vishwas and welcome to the episode 4. In the last episode, we explored intimacy as the doorway to the soul, a connection that goes beyond the physical to touch the divine. Today we take another step deeper into the realm of Tantra as we uncover the sacredness of our relationships. What makes a relationship sacred? How does Tantra view relationships not just as partnerships but as spiritual journeys? And how we bring this sacredness into our own lives? Join me as we explore the profound teachings of Tantra and its vision of relationships as divine unions, a bridge between the mundane and the eternal. In Tantra, relationships are not just seen as mere constructs or arrangements for convenience. They are regarded as sacred unions, opportunities to explore the divine within and beyond ourselves. The relationships between Shiva and Shakti is the central metaphor in Tantra. Shiva represents pure consciousness, the stillness of the universe. Shakti represents energy, creation, and movement. Together, they symbolize the perfect balance of opposites. As the Shiva Sutra state, Shiva Shaktya Yukto Yadi Bhavati Shaktaha Prabhavitum Na Chedevam Devo Na Khalu Kushalaha Spandi Tumapi, which translated means when Shiva is united with Shakti, he is able to create. Without her, even he cannot move. This teaching reminds us that sacred relationships are about balance and unity. They are not about domination or submission, but about the merging of energies to create something greater than the individual. According to Tantric philosophy, A sacred relationship rests on four pillars, and these are: 1. Presence, 2. Equality, 3. Intention, and 4th, energy exchange. First, the presence. Being fully present with your partner is the foundation of sacredness. Presence means listening deeply, seeing the other as they truly are, and cherishing the moments spent together. Unfortunately, in today's relationships, presence is being construed as mere physical presence. In long distance relationships, even that is missing. The second pillar is that of equality. In Tantra, both partners are seen as equal expressions of the divine. Neither is superior or inferior. Shiva and Shakti are two halves of the same whole. Unfortunately, in today's relationships, either the partners tries to dominate over each other, or they are in the race of being submissive, obedient slaves to each other. And that's not equality. The third pillar is that of intention. A sacred relationship is not driven by ego or desire, but by a shared intention to grow and evolve together. Unfortunately, today, empowerment is misconstrued as ego. Confidence is misconstrued as false pride, and because of which there is no intention really to grow together and evolve together. The fourth pillar is that of energy exchange. Every interaction in a relationship is an exchange of energy. Sacred relationships honors this exchange, ensuring that both partners feel nourished and balanced. Unfortunately, the exchange on terms of equality, exchange on terms of compassion, of growing together, evolving together, is missing in today's relationship. Let me share a story that beautifully illustrates the sacredness of relationships. In Tantric tradition, there is a legend of Shiva and Shakti. One day, Shakti asked Shiva, "What would happen if we were apart?" Shiva replied, "Without you, I am stillness without movement. I am the sky without the stars. You are my energy, my life force." Shakti smiled and said, "And without you, I am chaos without direction. I am a river without a bank. You are my anchor, my guide." This story reminds us that sacred relationships are not about one person completing the other. They are about two energies coming together to create harmony and purpose. The practice of sacredness in everyday life. So, how do we bring the sacredness of Tantra into our daily relationships? Well, we can bring it in practice daily through rituals of connection, the art of touch, eye gazing, and the practice of gratitude. Rituals of connection. In Tantra, rituals are an essential part of honoring the relationship. These could be as simple as lighting a candle together before a meal or sitting in silent meditation for a few minutes each day. The second practice is the art of touch. In Tantra, touch is sacred. It is not just physical, but a way to connect energetically. The next time you hold hands or embrace, do it with full awareness. Eye gazing is another practice. As we discussed in the previous episodes, eye gazing is a powerful practice to deepen connection. When you look into your partner's eyes, you are seeing their soul. The fourth practice is that of gratitude. Every day, take a moment to express gratitude for your partner, not just for what they do, but for who they are. Gratitude is a sacred offering. OSHO often spoke about relationships as a path to self-discovery. He said, love is not about possession. Love is about partnerships, a dance of two energies moving in harmony. He also warned against making relationships transactional. If you are in a relationship to fulfill your needs, you will never find peace. But if you are in a relationship to share your abundance, it becomes sacred. In Osho's vision, sacred relationships are not about clinging or controlling. They are about freedom and trust, a space where both partners can grow as individuals and as a union. In Buddhist philosophy, there is a metaphor of two lamps. Imagine two lamps placed next to each other. Each has its own flame, its own light. When their flames merge, they create a brighter glow, but neither loses its individuality. This is how sacred relationships function. They honor the individuality of each person while creating a shared life. The Buddha said, "Be a light unto yourself." In sacred relationships, we do not lose ourselves. Instead, we use the relationship as a mirror to better understand who we are. So, how do you know if your relationship is sacred? Here are some signs. Number 1, it brings out your best self. 2, it honors freedom. 3, it feels balanced. And 4, it has a spiritual dimension. Let's look at each one of them one by one. It brings out your best self. A sacred relationship inspires you to grow, to learn, and to evolve. It honors freedom. Sacred relationships are not about control or ownership. They allow both partners to explore their individuality. Third, it feels balanced. Sacred relationships are not one-sided. Both partners feel valued, heard, and respected. Fourth, it has a spiritual dimension. A sacred relationship goes beyond the physical and the emotional. It feels like a meeting of souls. So, it's time and moment for us to assess our relationship. Does it falls or fulfills all these four criterias? That is, to bring out the best in yourself, honors the freedom, feels balanced, and does it have a spiritual dimension? As we close today's episode, I invite you to reflect. What would your relationship look like if you treated them as sacred? How can you bring more presence, intention, and gratitude into your connections? This week, choose one small ritual to honor your relationships. It could be a moment of silence, a kind word, or simply a deep breath shared together. In our next episode, we will explore the transformative power of sexual energy in Tantra, a force that, when harnessed with awareness, can lead to profound spiritual awakening. Until next time, may your relationships brings you closer to the divine. Hey, but before we say goodbye, until we meet next time, I would like to remind you that recently a fiction-based self-help book on relationship has been authored by me. It's available on multiple online platforms such as Amazon, Google Books, Apple Books, and many others. It's called Love Transcended, where love evolves into consciousness. Join me in diving into the deep conversations of Ishan and Elena with an evolved sage, Advaita. Love Transcended, where love evolves into consciousness.